this isn't even my final form. No.
Welcome, friends and fans, to another edition of GalaxyCon Live, where we are bringing the convention experience directly to you. And today, we are going back to Okinawa with the cast of Sk8 the Infinity. So without further ado, let's head on down to A&W and see who we find. Our first guest is an actor whose works include Overlord, One Piece, and My Hero Academia. Today, he joins us to discuss the role of Florist, better known as Shadow. Please welcome Christopher Guerrero.
Hello, it's me! Hey, Bunts, what's up? It's Shadow! Pleasure to be here.
Glad to have you, boss. How you doing in your corner of the world?
Oh, it's been great. It's been a chill week. I actually got done with a lot of work today, and I was like, this is a great way to cap it off, just to, see what the fans want to ask and talk with them.
Absolutely. Now, are you in, is that a home studio you're in, or are you...
Yes, I'm in my home studio cave. It's my little goblin hovel.
Yeah. Well, with quarantine, we were all busy making one, weren't we?
Exactly. So I'm just like, I think I'll just go into, I call it my office. So I'm just like, let me go into my darkness and just maybe shout for a few hours.
That is a pretty enviable office, my friend. Well, once again, thank you for joining us today. And next, he is an actor whose body of work includes Sunny Boy, Attack on Titan, and Black Clover. Today, he joins us to discuss the role of the cat-fancying Olympic hopeful Miya. Please welcome Ryan McKeand.
Hey guys, what's up? Rye here.
Hey.
Happy to be here. I'm good.
Glad to have you, boss. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm kind of on cloud nine. Just really happy to be here. Happy to spend time with some of my favorite people, and yeah, I'm just happy.
Absolutely. Okay, so real quick, because I'm sure the audience is chatting away furiously. What's on the walls there?
Oh, these are just my assortment of nerdy posters from like different anime and video games I like. Behind me, I have a Gurren Lagann poster. I have a Final Fantasy 13 poster over there. Another Gurren Lagann poster right there. Kingdom Hearts one right there. Just my small assortment of nerdy posters, which should hopefully expand in the future.
Well, let's absolutely hope so. All right, boss, thanks for joining us today. And next, he is an actor and ADR director whose credits include Beastars, Attack on Titan, and the remake of Final Fantasy VII. Today, he joins us to discuss the role of the calculating Cherry Blossom. Please welcome Daman Mills.
Hello. How's it going, guys?
Good, Daman. How are you?
Good, really good. Thank you guys for having me. Super excited to be
thanks
here.
for joining us.
Yeah,
and how are things in your corner of the world?
Pretty good. Out in LA. It's nice and kind of overcast today, which is my ideal. And I'm just vibing. I'm chilling. I'm here. I got my little Pokemon mug. It's super cute.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's adorbs. I love the nails, by the way.
Thank you. I just got them done. I wanted the accent nail.
Very nice. Well, David, thanks so much for joining us here today. Yeah. And finally, he is an actor whose roles include Attack on Titan, Ruby, and the upcoming Exogenesis Perils of Rebirth video game. Today, he joins us to discuss giving voice to snowboarder turned skateboarder Langa. Please welcome Howard Wang.
Hi.
Hi, Howard. How are you?
I'm good. Tired, but I mean that's my default state. So
that's true.
Normal.
Yeah, it's Friday. It's the end of the work week, but hey, we have a 3-day weekend ahead of us for most of us. So there you go.
I don't have that, but it's a weekend, so it's great.
Neither do I. But most of our audience or whatever, out of school and all that fun stuff. So and Howard, how you holding up in your side of the world?
Good. LA's weird because the weather said pollen. And I've never seen that before.
Say pollen?
It's not high. It's not like high temperature sunny. It's just pollen. That's
no wonder we're dying. It's fun.
Yeah.
The weatherman. Take forecast pollen. Wait. That's okay. All right, fair enough. Well, gentlemen, welcome to the GalaxyCon virtual stage. Our team is going through the chat room right now, pulling out the questions for us. In the meantime, I want to throw this out. First of all, I just want to thank you all for being a part of this really unexpectedly fun series. I think everybody was just like, okay, so they're going to do a skateboard series. Okay, fine. So I don't think anybody expected the depth it went in through, the characterizations, amazing direction, and of course, just the fun of these characters. I mean, really, and I thank you all, and I thank your peers for giving life to them, because it's really, your talents, your professionalism, and the performances you brought to these roles, absolutely dead on, absolutely fantastic. So thank you all for that. Really,
thank you
so much.
Sure. And This is the obvious question, second only to what advice would you give to be someone putting in voice acting? But for this cast, I imagine it is. So let's just get it out of the way. Did any of you skate or skate now?
No.
Okay.
I
You're not setting me up disappointment. I just figured the audience is gonna want to know.
I didn't skateboard or anything, but I am a snowboarder. I do really enjoy snowboarding. That's one of my favorite winter things to do. Haven't gotten the chance to do it for a couple of years for reasons, but yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why.
That's kind of ironic, given your character.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I really connected with him, was just because he is a snowboarder, and that's what I love. That's one of the things I love doing. So yeah.
I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater growing up. Does that
Me
count?
too, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And the 21st century, yes, that does count now.
Perfect.
Sweet.
I had my friend Tyler, this is a few years back, but he got into longboarding and he tried to get me into it, but then he showed me his bruises. I'm just like, I think I'll be good, my man. I was like, oh, man, you didn't crack a rib doing that? So that kind of scared me off when I saw like the body damage. Like, no.
Yeah. I'm a tall boy. My center of gravity's off. I'll fall and trip and die.
Exactly. I don't have good coordination walking by myself.
Yeah,
so
same.
I'm like, okay, I'm like face planted immediately.
And as a short guy, I was afraid I would just get run over.
Oh no!
Oh no! Patty, no.
No, I was just like, yeah, in the 80s, especially during the Anthrax heavy metal stage, was everybody, all the heavy metal dudes were like, right, we're doing skateboards, and I was just kind of like, yeah, I've got a bike. I'm good. I'm good. And and then everybody was grinding and everything else. And I was just like, that is an amazing skill. And I just don't have the patience to even attempt it. It's a passion. It's a passion and a calling. And if any of our skateboarders out there or anybody who's been inspired by this series, absolutely more power to you. Have fun. Just stay safe. And I'm not going to say how, but you know how to keep yourself safe, and I'll leave it at that. And we are going to go on our audience questions. So let's go ahead and roll our first one. Thank you for indulging my capricious curiosity. And our first one comes from Mariah. What do you think your character's favorite food would be?
I know what my character's favorite food is, and it's poutine because he's Canadian, so that's why he asks for it all the time in the show.
Yes, I feel like Cherry would really like some fancy sushi, like not low cheap sushi, like really high end with like just immaculate presentation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I can totally see that.
Miya's hard because in the show, especially, Miya is so picky because he's a kid. Which is ironic because I was extremely picky growing up. But I feel like Miya would probably be a fan of like good ramen.
Oh, yeah.
Because, with Shadow, he's got the two personalities, his skate personality and his day personality. And I think, we've seen him like scarfing down like a pile of burgers. But I think when he's like in his Hiromi, like everyday life, I think he eats a lot of fruit. So maybe I'd say dragon fruit.
I like that. I guess too. Cherry goes to Joe's Italian place a lot, so he must really like Italian food and other things at the restaurant.
Absolutely fair. I totally see all this. There you have it. Mariah, fun question to start us off with. Thank you for that. What do we have next? Here's from Jolene. Ooh, if you could spend a day with your character, what would you do?
Oh, learning how to put on makeup.
Yeah,
I did stage for a long time, and it's just like, gosh, Shadow, you get the lines so straight. Like, what's the process? How do you begin? If I go do stage acting again, sometimes you put on your own makeup. I'm just like, I need to learn from a pro. So definitely makeup tips.
He does it so quickly too.
Right?
Your scenes. I'm like
in a car drive over, it's like, what happened? When did you have the time? Were you one on the wheel, one?
Right.
Also drunk, because there's that one episode where he's been drinking and then like all of a sudden he's just in the full makeup.
Right.
Oh my God. Steady hands. It's immaculate. So yes, that's what I would do with Shadow. And maybe learn about some flowers. Like, I don't know about plants, so you tell me.
I would
Yeah.
probably want to play video games with Miya. I'd like to see what kind of games he likes to play.
Yeah.
He likes his role-playing games, but what else does he
Mhm.
play? And also, I want him to teach me how to skate because, yeah. But I feel like we could have a lot of fun banter talking about different RPGs because I love RPGs as well. And I'd be like, oh my God, do you suck at this one? Well, then you'll not suck at this one or some crap like that.
So compare notes to the day.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there you have it. Fun one. Who's got another?
I think I'd kind of like what I mentioned earlier. I think I'd love to just go snowboarding with
Yeah.
Langa because I think I could learn from him because he's so good at it. And I think it'd just be really chill time.
Guess
Right.
we
Yeah,
pros.
absolutely.
I think I'd really like for Cherry to teach me calligraphy because that's kind of his profession outside of the skate realm. And, you know, hit up maybe some fine dining places and also teach me how to skate so I don't fall and die.
And there you have it. All right, Jolene. Great question. Thank you for that one. Man, here's one from Peter. What hobbies are you guys into? Besides skating peripherally, we'll say.
I was like, who goes? I'm getting I'm pandemic. I've definitely gotten into cooking. I'm trying to. The most complex thing I did was paella. I don't know if it came out very well, but it tasted good. But besides that, I'm a video gamer. I'll play anything from Dota 2 to Minecraft. And what else do I do? Oh, I go jogging, I bike, you know, try to get exercise in, but it's nice, you know, get some fresh air, get some sun in, because I have a nice little trail in my backyard. And once in a while, I haven't done it in a long while, but I've found this tablet that I've had for the longest time. And I used to do it a lot in high school, but I used to draw a lot. And I definitely, you know, maybe to come down, or if I'm insomnia, you know, I stay up really late at night. So I'd be like, I'm just sitting here watching YouTube videos. Maybe I should draw and listen to music. So those are kind of my main hobbies.
Is there anything you're playing right now that's been taking up your free time?
I had to take a break from Elden Ring. That was the biggest thing I was playing. Then I went back to another game that gets me mad, but I like it, called Noida. Basically, it's pixel art. It's like a roguelite, but you're just the wizard who goes into the depths of a horrifying cave and find different magical wands, and hopefully the wand doesn't explode on you.
There you have it. All right, right on. Who's got another?
I do. Like Chris, I am also an epic gamer. But more recently, I've been getting into game collecting. When I was in Los Angeles like 2 weeks ago to see some friends and to see the area, I actually stopped at a retro game store and I picked up some copies of games I had growing up. So I picked up a copy of Dragon Quest 8.
Nice.
Which I love, and it's in great condition. It has the manual and everything. This was my first Dragon Quest game, and it's like my all-time, well, almost my all-time favorite one from the series. And then I also picked up the collector's edition of Final Fantasy 12 on the PS2 as well, in really good condition. It's a little scuffed, but it's a nice steelbook. And so yeah, a relatively expensive hobby, but I plan to try and recreate like some of my PlayStation 2 library that I had when I was a kid, because I had a big library, but yeah,
there you have it. All right. Yeah, it's I knew there was a retro thing, but I'm kind of glad to see. Yeah, it seems to have like a 15-20 year gap of guys your age are like want to go back now. So it's the PlayStation 2. Another 3 or 4 years, it'll be like the PlayStation 3 games that people start going after. I know.
for sure.
If
for sure.
anyone ever tells me the PS3 is retro, I'm just gonna like keel over.
Well, I'm gonna say the same exact thing.
It's coming.
It's still my Blu-ray player. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
That's valid. It's so valid. It's not even funny.
I'll worry about it when it's PS6 time.
Oh,
Oh
no.
god.
I
People
barely
have
play my
PS5s.
PS5.
Same.
Who's got another pastime hobby they'd like to share?
Yeah, like sort of like Chris mentioned. I love cooking. Cooking's kind of like the main thing I do when I'm not doing anything else. I also play games, but I also like work in games, like as a developer, so it's hard to really call that a hobby. Or is it a hobby or is it work research? Then I've really gotten back into a little bit more into like playing tennis again, because I used to play a lot and working a lot on tennis anime stuff. So I figured I was like, I'll play tennis again. That's really what I do to pass the time when I have it.
Right on. Yeah, when you have it, that's the trick.
When I have it, so never.
There you go. All right, Daman, bring us home.
No hobbies. No, I'm kidding. So I
My hobby is looking fabulous.
Oh, thank you. So I also like gaming. Actually, Rye, you make me want to collect older games too, because I really love that kind of era. I really want like a Nintendo 64 or a GameCube.
Oh yeah.
I love playing games. The last thing I really sat down and played was Pokemon Legends Arceus. Really, really fun game. I love hiking. I love working out. I go to the gym pretty frequently. I read books. I'm reading A Court of Thorns and Roses right now. It's pretty good. It's a little spicy, but it's great. What else do I do? I used to draw a lot. I actually haven't done it in quite some time, but I want to get back into it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Oh, always have to have her. All right. Well, Peter, there you go. Very fun question. Thank you for that. Man, here's one from Lexi. What got everybody started with voice acting? And you may interpret this however you want. If you want to say when you were watching Dragon Ball, you were inspired, or maybe you fell into it or just heard about auditions. So at any point you feel like you started with it.
Well, I know that the majority of us here are, if not all of us, are fans turned professionals. I grew up watching a whole lot of anime and playing a lot of video games. So when I found out that you could do that as a job, I was like, yo, what? I can act and I can be in something I like. Let's do it. Especially as a teenager who I had no ambitions for a regular job. I wanted to be a pizza delivery guy for the first 16 years of my life because I thought that was the end all be all because I love pizza. So I just took the necessary steps to make my way into the industry and have made some great friends, had some great experiences, and wouldn't be happier doing anything else.
Very true. Yeah, I think all of us are just kind of in that same interest field. I mean, I grew up watching, a ton of anime. I was really inspired to get into voice acting from watching Dragon Ball, as you say, and playing games like Final Fantasy VII. And I'm really honored to be a part of both series now, which is really full circle for me. So yeah, just loved the whole thing and happy to do it now.
Yeah, definitely, coming from a point of being a fan of the media I consumed and the performances. But I never originally started out wanting to be like an actor. I wanted to be a video game programmer, but then I realized you got to be good at math. I was like, ooh. So while I was flip-flopping, I was like, what am I going to do with my career? When I got into high school, I had some online friends, and one of them was like, hey, I'm doing he was experimenting with animation, like pixel art and stuff. It's like, I need some voice actors. Like, oh, I think that would be cool. So I went to Best Buy and bought like a crappy, $20 microphone. And it wasn't great, of course. But that kind of coincided with me doing theater as well, because I did terrible in theater in middle school. So me doing the voice acting online coincided with me doing theater, and me doing the theater made me fall in love with acting. I was like, wow, this is actually really fun and engaging. So they just kind of went in tandem together, and eventually I just got a body of work. It's like, I'm just going to try audition for plays and things around here. And then eventually somebody was like, yeah, come in, audition for this. Cause I've done indie stuff, but I didn't do like a big professional thing until I broke into Funimation. So that was like my big, breakthrough gig. It was like in Toriko as a narrator. I was like, oh, what? Nice.
For me, pretty much exactly the same. Just grew up watching anime and cartoons, and like after I realized in my child brain that those are like real people doing the voices and the characters. I was like, wait a minute, that's a thing, and it was just kind of neat, and I was always kind of curious, and then just yeah, similar to Chris, it's kind of was like a hobby thing in high school online, and that just stuff just happened.
It just happened.
It just happened. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah.
Don't know how we got here.
I really don't.
and that's really kind of the secret, you know. When I tell everybody, look, it's like Narnia. Nobody gets in the same way. It really isn't. You know, people always, oh, think about it this way. It's just keep working, and you'll find your path. So, Lexi, fine question. Thank you so much for that. And what do we have next from Paul?
Wow.
Well, it all started when I was a wee lad. Well, it's funny because I play in FF7 Remake Vice the Immaculate, who's pretty similar to Sephiroth in appearance, and is also a Shinra villain. And when I was recording, the Square Enix people really wanted me to kind of stay in the same vocal range as Sephiroth, which in the booth, I'm just like, yeah, cool. But inside, I'm like, oh my god. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And I just try to look like that in real life. No, I'm kidding. It's fine.
Yeah. Art imitates talent. Talent imitates art sometimes. There you go. Hi, Arthur wants to know, were there any funny moments or outtakes from the booth that you feel comfortable sharing on this public forum?
Thank you for saying that last part.
Yes.
Because there are plenty that recently happened that I both can't talk about yet and also aren't appropriate for this stream.
Yeah.
Howard knows. He knows.
I don't remember, dude.
I'm sure you would if I brought it up to you.
Probably.
Memory.
But when I was recording To Love Ru, which was like my first super big show that I recorded back in 2019, David Wald was the director. We like hammed up that show in the best way possible. So we would literally have moments where we would take 5, even 10 minutes just to laugh because we just couldn't believe what we were making because it was so literally funny that after a take, I'd look out the window to the booth and I just see David just laughing his butt off and just whenever you see David Wald laugh, it's like the most intoxicating laughter imaginable because he just has the biggest like smile on his face and his face gets super red. It's great. But that was 80 plus hours of my life I spent working on that show. And there are plenty of moments recording that were hilarious. At one point, in one of the episodes, we were trying to do a small Scooby-Doo reference where I said, "Zoinks, a giant monster!" But we couldn't keep it in, unfortunately. And it was great. But that's when I look back on it, I'm like, that one should have stayed. That one should have stayed.
Wait, Warner Brothers can't trademark Zoinks. Come on.
It was a safety thing, you know.
I mean, yeah, I get it.
It sucks, though, but because it was funnier. But c'est la vie.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my favorites. I was with Howard on this one. It was a Tear My Romai, and yeah, there's just you know, it's a whole synopsis about it, but it's set in ancient Rome, and the guy who does bathhouses, and I'm his friend. And in one scene, this guy's like, "We're running out of milk," and then I just say this out of nowhere. It wasn't the written line. I just went, "Marcus likes his milkies," and then it got such a laugh that they were like, "We got to keep that in," and that was like one of my proudest. Like, I was just saying something, and they kept it like, "Yes." So that is still like one of my favorite things to happen in the booth.
That whole show was the best. That was ridiculous. You know, I was also in it. I played this really nasty old man, and he's like this the whole time. Like, say some pretty atrocious things that I can't unfortunately hear. But yeah, I think that was definitely one of the funniest. I mean, outtake wise, I can't really remember anything. I do remember one time years ago recording on a show called Nanbaka, which a couple of y'all are in. to. And I couldn't see the screen at one point in the session, and I asked the director, Aaron Dismuke, I was like, "Hey, is there a way that we can like move the monitor so I can like see like the video better?" And he's like, "Yeah, you can just move it." And I was like, "Are you sure?" And I go to try to like shift the monitor, and it pops off the stand, and it's just like hanging there, and I'm holding on to it. I'm like, what do I do? And instead of like helping me, Aaron and the engineer were just laughing at me. in my misery and my misfortune. So that was fun. It sticks out to me.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to remember outtakes, but I think Chris mentioned Termite Romai, and it is. I almost forgot about that, but yeah, I was the ADR director on that, and I think pretty much every session for that entire show was the funniest thing in the world, because the client specifically told us, is like, make the dub as funny as possible. I'm like, dangerous, but okay. So a lot of it was just like Chris mentioned, I was like, we just have a lot of fun. We like improv a lot, which is something you don't really get to do for like anime dubbing. So yeah, if we were having fun just making it enjoyable and comedic in session, that was like the most fun ever.
Cracked up.
Right on. There you have it. Arthur, very fun question. Thank you for that. And let's roll another one. Here's one from Diane. Do you do anything, get yourself warmed up or pumped up before doing a scene or recording?
I drink my caffeine. That's my warm up.
I just do like classic mouth stretches and vocal exercises. Just if I'm feeling mushy in the morning and be like, okay, my diction's a little sloppy. Let me, diction is done with the tip of the tongue. And then what I call cow chews, where you just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to stretch it out. But that's generally like the extent of it. I'm just like, okay, it sounds like I'm crisp. I'm not sloppy, and I feel like my muscles aren't tense. So and then I'm like, oh, time to go record.
Chris the Guerrero.
Yeah, I try to do vocal trills before I get into a session. Just kind of like a up and down in my range, trying to get it, especially if it's early, trying to get awake in the morning. So I'm not too like rough or strained.
I usually sing. I'm a terrible singer. Well, I say I'm a terrible singer. I'm not a trained singer by any means, but whenever I'm going to the studio or if I'm here at home and I have like a remote session, I'll pop on like some musicals that I have to listen to. Be More Chill is always my go-to. And I'll just sing the songs, and I know them like well enough where I can just sing along, and I use that as my opportunity to like open up my throat to make sure I sing from the right place as poorly as I can.
Be nice to yourself.
No, dang it. I want to put myself down. But yeah, I usually sing on my way to the studio or here at home, and it's both fun and it helps a lot because I also try to just make sure that I like enunciate every word correctly, even if I'm not like singing the lyrics correctly, if that makes sense. So long as every word comes out as clean as possible. So that way I can be as clean as possible when I get into the booth.
Right on. There you go. Thank you, Diane. It's a great question. What's next? We have one from Anonymous. Do you all have any music that you're currently really into?
I'm like, I trying to find like bands. I usually go to like YouTube and be like, what sounds good? Or like, so I never really have like a set band. Like the one that I love throughout the ages is Gorillaz. And actually they're going on a US tour and I'm just I want to get tickets really bad. But right now I'm very eclectic. I listen to most anything if it catches my ear, even country, if it's not like, I got in my truck 'cause I was sad. But yeah, like I don't have anything pinned down, but recently I've been listening to like more jazz and then some electronic stuff. So that's been in my sphere as of late.
There you go.
I listen to kind of just a bunch of eclectic things. I really do like K-pop, but let's see, what are some bands I've listened to? I like Billie Eilish, Conan Gray. Been listening to an artist called Keshi. I think he's really good. Stray Kids. God, ATs, a bunch of things.
All right.
Me and my wife have been. Well, my wife is really into like musicals and stuff, and then she'll just be playing just stuff, and I'm like, "What the heck is that?" And one I really enjoyed recently. Apparently, there's a musical version of American Psycho.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's actually like the numbers in that are actually really, really fun.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's one thing on the top.
Musicals are really fun. I like lo-fi sometimes too. Just
yeah.
around lo-fi if you're just like listening. Also, Amber also got me into it's like a Celtic kind of playlist on Spotify just to have in the background if you want to feel like very Lord of the Ringsy or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I like everybody here also kind of listen to a little bit of everything. I listen to a lot of J-pop and J-rock just because even if I don't know what they're saying, the music freaking slaps. So good. And one of my favorite bands more recently is AJR. Their most recent album is phenomenal. I love it so much. I owe my roommates for introducing me to them. And yeah, more recently, I actually just listened to the original cast recording of the Percy Jackson Lightning Thief musical on the road trip I was just on. And that was really fun. That was a really, really fun musical. So yeah, that's not my newest obsession, but close to it.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right, Anonymous. There you go. Got a whole bunch of fodder for your playlist. All right. What do we have next? From Tyler. Oh, what's everyone's favorite anime and or anime character of all time?
Easy answer. Gurren Lagann, hands down. There's a reason why I have 2 posters in my room. Simone is my favorite protagonist in anything. I'm totally biased, but I think the show is basically perfect. But yeah, that's my answer.
Great 9-episode show, dude.
Shut up. Actually, shut up. It is a great 24-episode anime to watch.
What?
Don't worry about it.
No, I know.
You know.
I do. I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have favorite anime. It's been a while since I watched it. I need to revisit it. You know, of course, Bebop's up there, but my other space anime I love, Outlaw Star.
Yeah,
That's one of my favorites. Character, though, the original waifu from Urusei Yatsura, Lum, which they're coming out with like a new version in October that just came out of nowhere. So I'm like ecstatic about that.
I did a double take when I saw that as well too. I was like,
what year is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, so I'm very excited for a modern take on that. But yes, favorite series and my favorite character.
I love sports anime. And my favorite, I'd say my favorite anime of all time in general is just, it's called Kuroko's Basketball, which very fortunately I got the chance to be a part of because they dubbed it very late, because it's about 10 years old right now. And it kind of captures everything I love about every aspect I love about sports anime, which is just the over the top powers and like the teams and stuff. And one of the main things that makes it my favorite is that it doesn't overstay its welcome, I guess. It's a very good length. It's like 75 episodes in a movie, so it's plenty to watch, but then like when it's done, and it's and it tells the story it wants to tell. And I think it's a very solid watch, I think.
Right on.
I mean, I've got a few that I like. I love like Inuyasha, FMA, Yu Yu Hakusho, Death Note. But it's gonna sound so basic, but I really love Dragon Ball. When I was obsessed when I was a kid, and it just still is a big influence on like kind of my life and like career, obviously. But yeah, I love the screaming. Cell is like one of my favorite characters from the show. He's great.
Valid.
Who?
Cell.
I haven't seen him in 10 years.
Shut up. Come back, Cell.
I'm old school. I'm Yamato Star Blazers.
Hey.
I go by decade, so it's like 80s Star Blazers, 90s Giant Robo with Rama 1/2 a close second.
Star Blazers they had a new season not too long ago.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
that.
they did
Yeah.
the remake,
Yeah, yeah.
it's fantastic, and Chris is knocking it out as Deslar,
Yes.
so
I
absolutely fun
was
stuff.
Keyman. I don't know if he was in the original at all.
No, the original was like 70s. They
Oh, yeah.
recorded it. So it
damn.
goes way back, way back. And Tyler, fun question. Thank you for that. And what do we got next? The question we get so often, we made an animation for it. And Laura wants to know if you could cross over Sk8 the Infinity with any other anime, what would it be?
Ooh.
That's actually a very interesting question.
Pokemon.
Crossover.
Sure.
Ooh.
Air Gear.
Ooh, that's a
One
good one.
Piece.
Yeah.
Why not Dragon Ball?
Yeah, oh my god. That'd be a little silly.
Let's say OG Dragon Ball, pre-Z. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny. Like, there's a pirate gang of skaters from like Sk8 the Infinity and One Piece. So yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
I've
I
got
know
a
Eat the
question.
skate fruit.
I've got a question. skate. So if any of y'all could have one Pokemon that your character would have, who do you think it would be?
Oh, I'd have a Glaceon, hands down. Glaceon's my favorite.
Oh, I'm not well versed in the newer Pokemon, but what's the little green one? It's got the rose hands. Like
Roselia?
Roselia, yes. Definitely. That would be Shadow's pick.
Yeah.
Wobbuffet.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause he's blue.
Yeah. I'm thinking like maybe Milotic or Gardevoir.
Ooh.
Oh, I chose mine. If we're talking about in character, it'd probably be, even though they're not fully out yet, Sprigatito
Oh,
from Gen 8
Ah.
for Miya, 100%. It's green and it's
Green cat.
adorable and it's a cat.
No, that's
Very
perfect.
true. Yeah. There you have it. No one ever picks Psyduck. Oh well.
Oh, one day.
Someday Psyduck will have his win.
He's my totem Pokemon. So. Yeah, sorry. And there you have it, Laura. Thank you. Very fun. What's next? From Jeff. Do you have a favorite line or quote from a character you've played? And you are not obligated to say it in the character voice.
I think I've already said like my most favorite one with like the bloopers that ad lib I did, but in Overlord the first season where he's like in the game for he's isekai'd into the video game and he's like, I don't know what's going on here. I need to test something, and he's just like, Albedo, can you come here for a moment? And he's like, can I touch your chest? It's like, whoa, feels too real to be a game. What am I doing? But yeah, that's one of my favorite lines from the first episode of Overlord.
There you go.
I'm going to be pretty basic. I really like Ryoma's catchphrase from Prince of Tennis. And it just, you got a ways to go, or you still got a ways to go. It's so versatile. And when we get to play with the intent behind it, and we can make it a little bit more funny in the moment to make him a little bit more of a little snot-nosed kid, it's the best.
Yeah.
And but also I get to sound cool when I say that, and I never thought once in my life I would get to sound cool. So, and then Howard brought me on as Ryoma, who is just cool. He just exudes it. And so yeah, but you got a ways to go has been consistently one of my favorite things to say.
Thanks. Pretty much piggybacking off of Rise, like pretty much the same line in Prince of Tennis. Not only am I the ADR director on it, but I also play Rise, Ryoma's brother, Ryoga, and he has a very similar catchphrase, which is "You have a ways to go." And growing up loving that show and loving that character and that catchphrase being so iconic and stuff, it being able to say that at least his version of it, Ryoga's version of it, was probably the most surreal thing ever. And like, yeah, so that I think stands out really a lot for me.
Right on.
This isn't even my final form. No. No, I mean, that one's fun. I don't know. I love all of Cherry's stuff. I'm not going to lie. We had so much fun doing it. I think one of my favorite things from the show was the beach episode.
Of course.
Like he's charring his chesticles for locals in heat. Such a thirsty gorilla. It's so good.
That entire episode's just the best, both in terms of quotes and just
brought the
kids.
kids.
My favorite part from that episode was the next time on for episode 7, when you yell at me and you say, I'm not your mama
boy. Yeah.
I didn't know that you were going to go that hard with it because I recorded before you, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So when I listened to it as it aired, I was like, what?
I gotta scream.
There you have it, Jeff. Thank you for that. And I think we got time for one more. Let's see if we can go out on a really fun one. And here's one from Steve. If you were all in a band, what would that band's name be?
I would say Eternally Tired and Busy.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
We'll make it somehow.
E-tab. E-tab.
E-tab. Ah, yeah.
There we go.
Just getting by.
It's just a sad man sipping coffee as the logo.
Yeah.
I take bass.
I will take something. I'll play the flute.
I'll fall asleep on the
Triangle.
keyboard.
Triangle, right.
I'll play the keyboard and fall asleep.
This band's everywhere.
Prop me up.
What is the sound?
And still, Steve, there you have it. Gentlemen, this has been an absolute delight. Any final words for our audience before we take our leave?
Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Thank you for tuning
Thank
in.
you.
Can't wait to talk to some of you
Yeah.
after this.
Yes. It'll be hype.
Yes.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, it's been my absolute pleasure. Once again, thank you for joining us on the GalaxyCon virtual stage. Thank you to our audience for joining us. And as always, thank you for all those great questions. Hope to see everybody again soon. Until then, bye-bye. Take care. Have a great holiday weekend. And remember, smiles are free, so don't be afraid to spend them often.